Have you ever wondered why God created the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil played a central role in God's plan for humanity, not because the fruit itself had any magical or poisonous properties, but because it represented a test of trust, obedience, and dependence on God. Free will and choice. God created Adam and Eve with free will, giving them the ability to choose obedience or disobedience. The tree provided an opportunity for them to exercise this choice. Their decision to obey or disobey demonstrated whether they trusted God's wisdom and goodness. The fruit wasn't poisonous. The fruit itself had nothing to do with death, like poison or any harmful substance. Instead, it was the act of disobedience to God's command that brought sin and death into the world. As Romans chapter 6 verse 23 says, "For the wages of sin is death." It was a moral and spiritual consequence, not a physical one tied to the fruit. A test of trust. The prohibition was God's way of testing Adam and Eve's trust in Him. By refraining from eating the fruit, they would demonstrate their reliance on God for what is good and their willingness to accept His boundaries, even without fully understanding why. Moral knowledge and dependence on God. Before the fall, Adam and Eve relied entirely on God's guidance for understanding good and evil. The tree symbolized a boundary that acknowledged God's authority as the Creator and their dependence on Him for moral discernment. Eating the fruit was an attempt to gain independence from God and decide good and evil on their own terms. Symbol of divine authority. The tree served as a reminder that although humanity was given dominion over creation, they were still under God's ultimate authority. Obedience to His command upheld this order. Foreshadowing redemption. While the fall brought sin and death into the world, it also set the stage for God's plan of redemption through Jesus Christ. The test in the Garden of Eden highlighted humanity's need for a Savior to reconcile them to God. In summary, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil was not about the fruit itself causing harm. It was about God's command and humanity's response, teaching us to trust and depend on Him fully. This test emphasized the importance of obedience and highlighted the foundational truth that life and righteousness come only through faith in God.